Most people think Elon Musk became successful because he's a genius. That's not the real reason. The real reason is a thinking method. So simple, a 10-year-old could understand it. And so powerful, it helped him build Tesla, SpaceX, and turn himself into the richest man on Earth. It's called first principles thinking, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use it in your own life. Let's get into it. Here's how 95% of people think. They look at a problem, and instead of solving it, they ask, what does everyone else do? It's called reasoning by analogy. You copy what worked for someone else, tweak it slightly, and call it your own idea. It's not a bad strategy. It's actually how most of life works. Cooking, fashion, business advice. We mostly copy with small variations, but copying has a ceiling. If everyone is copying everyone else, nobody is questioning whether the original assumption was even true. And that's exactly the trap Elon Musk refused to fall into. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, in 1971. Not a billionaire family, not Silicon Valley, just a curious kid who read encyclopedias for fun. He moved to Canada, then the US, and in the 1990s built his first company, Zip2, a kind of early online city guide. It sold for over $300 million. Next came X.com, which became PayPal. Another exit, another fortune. Most people would have stopped there. Instead, Musk did something almost irrational. He put his money into two of the hardest, most capital-intensive industries on the planet: electric cars and rockets. Everyone told him both would fail. Car experts said EVs were a dead end. Aerospace veterans said a private company could never compete with NASA. But Musk wasn't thinking like a car guy or a rocket guy. He was thinking like someone who'd never been told what was impossible, because he never accepted the premise in the first place. That's the real story here. Not the money, the method. So what actually is first principles thinking? It means breaking a problem down to its most basic, undeniable truths, and reasoning up from there, instead of reasoning from what other people believe. Musk explained it best with rockets. Most people look at a rocket and think, rockets are expensive, that's just how it is. Musk asked a different question. What is a rocket actually made of? Aerospace-grade aluminum, titanium, copper, carbon fiber. He looked up the raw material cost of those elements on the commodity market. The answer shocked him. The raw materials were roughly 2% of the price the industry was charging for a finished rocket. That gap between raw material cost and final price wasn't a law of physics. It was inefficiency. A solvable problem. And that single realization became the foundation of SpaceX. Same logic applied to batteries for Tesla. Industry experts said battery packs would always cost around $600 per kilowatt hour. Musk broke it down to raw materials: cobalt, nickel, aluminum, carbon, some polymers, and found the actual material cost was closer to $80 per kilowatt hour. That gap is why Tesla bet on building its own battery production instead of accepting the standard price as permanent. This is the entire method. In one sentence, don't ask what's normal. Ask what's true. Then build from the truth, not from the norm. You don't need a rocket company to use this. Here's how it applies to normal life. In business, instead of asking, what are my competitors charging? Ask, what does this actually cost me to deliver? And what's the real value to the customer? Price from truth, not from habit. In career, instead of asking, what career path do people in my field usually take? Ask what skill actually creates the outcome I want, and what's the fastest real way to get it? Sometimes a degree is that path. Sometimes it isn't. First principles thinking lets you tell the difference. In learning, instead of memorizing facts, ask, what is the basic rule this fact comes from? Musk has said he learns this way. Building knowledge like a tree, trunk and branches first, leaves and details later. Skip the trunk, and the leaves have nothing to hold on to. In fitness, instead of following whatever workout is trending, ask, what does my body actually need? Strength, recovery, consistency? And what's the simplest way to get that? Strip away the marketing. Keep the physics. The pattern is always the same 3 steps. Identify the assumption everyone treats as fact. Break it down to what's actually, provably true. Rebuild your decision from that truth. Ignore what's normal. Every billionaire who builds something massive isn't operating on luck. They're operating on a mental model, a specific way of seeing problems that the rest of us were never taught. But here's the deeper layer most people miss. Musk didn't just think differently. He committed differently. Most of us today live in what psychologists call the optionality trap. We keep every option open, every career path, every relationship, every identity. Because closing any one of them feels like a loss. So we end up doing nothing, fully, for years. Musk did the opposite. He took his entire PayPal fortune, every rupee, every dollar, and put it into 2 industries everyone said would fail. No backup plan. No, let me keep my options open. He committed before there was any proof it would work. That's the real lesson hiding inside first principles thinking. It's not just a way to think. It's a permission to stop staying open to everything and start building one thing fully. Elon Musk's model is first principles thinking. Strip away assumptions. Find the truth. Build from there. Then commit. Before the certainty arrives, not after. In the next video, we're breaking down Jeff Bezos' regret minimization framework, the exact question he asked himself before quitting his Wall Street job to start Amazon. If you want to think like the people who built the biggest companies on Earth, subscribe to Minds of Billionaires, a new mental model, every episode.